Hello, good morning. It's a bit cold today. It really is cold today. But I managed to find a log to sit on and put my black sack on it, so I'm sitting here talking to you now. And I got to thinking the other day, I don't think I told you, but the other day I was walking across the fields and I saw 4 roe deer. At least, at first I didn't see them. It wasn't until they moved that I actually saw them. And I only saw them then because they had 4 little white bottoms that suddenly started popping up in front of me. And in fact, they let me get to about 100 yards before they did run. But it was interesting to think that I hadn't seen them to start with. And it reminded me of a time, a few years back now, when I was out walking and I'd walking the dogs, and I was walking along and I suddenly realised that one of the dogs had scented something. So I looked and I couldn't see anything, and I looked again, still couldn't see anything, but I thought, well, I better put you on the lead, because this particular dog, called Poppy it was, and she would go off chasing anything that moved. So I put her on the lead just in case, and I got my binoculars out and I started to look across the fields. And at first I still couldn't see anything, but then I suddenly picked up this deer that was standing against the backdrop of the trees. And I suddenly realised I hadn't seen it. It was been there all the time, but it was just standing there watching us, watching him or her. I don't know which one. I couldn't tell from that distance what sort of sex she was anyway, or he was. But anyway, as I say, I was standing there watching this, and this lady came up. She says, "What are you looking at?" And I said, "Oh, there's a deer over there." And she said, "Is there? Well, I can't see it." I said, "Oh yeah, it is over there." I said, "You can't see it with it." But I said, "It is over there." And I began to point out to her a bit of landmarks, which trees, and eventually she did see it. And you know, God spoke to me that morning, over that deer, because he pointed out to me that he's always there. We won't always see him. We don't always pick up on him. We don't recognise him when we do see him. But he's there, and he's there looking for you. He's searching for you and me. And I think sometimes we do need to be shown where he is and how he operates. And I know some of you are saying, "Oh, come on, Richard. Come on. Tell us something, positive. What's happening? I mean, look what's going on around us at the moment with this pandemic. Where's God in all that?" And in actual fact, when I watch the news and when I see all those terrible things and hear these terrible stories and see these people suffering, so it brings tears to my eyes. I'm sure it does to many of you. But you know, that's just how God sees it too. He is full of compassion, and he wants us to know that there is a life there that he's offering us, and he offers it to us through his son Jesus, because Jesus came and lived amongst us on earth as a human being. He knew all our sufferings, he knew all the things that could go wrong, and he really did suffer himself, didn't he, at the end? But he showed us how to live our lives, and he showed us that there was something to look forward to beyond this life. And that's what I think, we need to find. We need to search and look and look and look. And if we don't see him first off, keep looking and keep saying to him, "I want to find you. I want to see you. I want to know more about you, Jesus. I want you in my life." And believe me, it does make a difference when he comes into your life. I know. I speak from experience. So, yeah, just keep looking. And you never know. God doesn't camouflage himself like a deer does. He's there full face to you once you really ask him to come into your life. God bless.